Good morning from Unconventional Cross Stitch. As you can see, this is probably my second coffee and you will know that it is still the morning. What I'm going to show you today as I walk through the chaos that is my house is thread parking, my setup, how I stitch, how I store. I've had a lot of questions over time about how I do all these things. I thought it would be much easier to put them all into one. So, good coffee. Let's get started. So, this is my setup. It's a sit-on scroll frame. It's a bit of a bitzer. I have collected bits and pieces over the better part of 1 to 2 decades. I think I've had this thing, and over time have had to replace parts. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find a replica to replace the whole thing. So it really is very retrofit. My lovely handy husband has been fixing the bottom parts for me for ages, and it's really rickety, but it gives me free hands to double whammy stitch. So the top part rotates and it's really great. I love it. So this is my couch where I sit. So I sit there, I sit on the frame. I normally have my recliner out. I have my highlighter, some magnets, because I think I counted over 350 needles in this pile. So I have a lot of needles. You never know. I'm really bad for snapping them because I put too much pressure on them. And scissors. Minus the scissor fob. I suspect my daughter's been busy. Okay, so I want to first focus on how I store these bad boys. So I think there's about 7 colours in here. So this is just regular Tupperware I've stolen, so my leftovers don't really have anywhere to live anymore, but suitable sacrifices in the name of art. So I have them all in numbered order, and what I've done is I've used little Ziploc sandwich baggies. These ones are snack bags because they fit better, and then I just got these cool little cardboard cards from the news agency. They call them phone cards. A bit old school, I think. Pretty obsolete, but they still sell them. So I've got them, and I've just written on the bag and on the cardboard doohickey the thread number. And then in the back I have more threads than I'll probably ever use in my lifetime. Ha! I kid. Definitely going to use all of these. So that's all just my threads. Remnants from my bobbin days. I tried bobbining. Good Lord, I waste a lot of time. I'm constantly winding, and then I'm actually winding so much that I'm ruining all the plastic in the winder, and that's precious stitching time that I could be stitching with. So I've just gone to this bag system. So I'll possibly do another one to show you where they all live, but the full collection lives in bigger Tupperware, and then I just use smaller Tupperware for the threads that I'm using in my current project. So it's really nice and easy to find which ones that I want to use. Really awesome. So if you're looking for an easy, compact way of doing your threads that doesn't waste time constantly winding bobbins, who wants RSI in the wrist, hey? So that's what I do, and they all sit here so that I can easily access when I'm swapping around. Okay, so I've been asked what one of these is. This is a needle minder. I make these out of glass, so this is one made from my old photography. I thought it was quite pretty. And it's basically got, let's see if I can one hand undo it. Oh, I did. Okay. So this is it. Glass, magnet on the back, and then a second magnet. So that goes on the back of the fabric, this secondary magnet. And it will hold your needles that you're not using. And I also use it as a dual purpose. It holds my pattern as well. You're going to have to forgive me, I'm a bit snotty today. Allergies or sickness, I don't know which. Either way, they can both go away. Okay. So, I have my pattern on the scroll frame. Before you get asking, this is the cigar smoking hippo. It's got a little chickie on the top. It's kind of cute. It's a smaller version of one of my Onis that are from Ayatonas. So, that's what I'm working on at the moment. So, thread parking. You either love it or you hate it. I hated it to start with, but since I changed how I do it, it's really, really awesome. I've done this up purely for display purposes, because I normally, with this one, I've just had so many solid block colours I haven't had to thread park in my last round. So I've done this up just to show you. But this is normally what it would look like. Okay, so these are teeny tiny needle minders that I make. I make them in sets of 90 and it has every single symbol that unconventional cross stitch use. So they're quite small as you can see, and they're super handy because when you thread park you can have, I mean, there's probably 3 different browns in here and they all look really similar. So when you thread park, good grief, which one's which? Some people will highlight a different colour on the pattern, but I found that didn't work for me. I found it really hard. So this is what I do. As you can see, 3 different symbols because I have 3 different colours on there. So I know when I get that symbol somewhere over here, that, oh, it's already done, it's already there. Woohoo! Easy. So it saves you wasting. You don't waste as much thread because you're not constantly tying off every time you finish a small patch. And it also saves time because it's there ready to go. And it's out of the way. Like, these needle minders are really, I'll show you. Whoop, whoop. Really easy to move around on the fabric, especially with the tension that's in there. So they're really easy to move around. So thread parking is pretty much exactly what it says. You're parking your threads ready for future use. You know, with so many colours in here, I could have a gazillion going at once, but it still works, and I can move it around. So if I want to stitch around here and this thread happens to be in the way in this spot, I can just scoot it. Obviously I'd scoot this one up, scoot this one up, boop, and it's ready, and I can stitch around in there. So that's what thread parking is. You're parking each colour. It makes it really easy. You save time. You're not having to go, oh, okay, oh, I finished this one. Oh shit, oh, I missed a square here. Okay, go back to box. Find it, get it back on. This just means, oh, I missed one. Booyah! Already have it here. So that's what thread parking is. And that's how I work it. So that's all I'm really going to talk about for the thread parking. I hope that's made sense, but I mean, some places go into so much detail about how they thread park and why. I think we just need to keep it really simple. This is what it is. We're parking a thread, like parking a car, and coming back to it later so that we can reuse it. So it's a time saver. You're saving materials too, because, you know, you wasted probably anywhere between that much or more when you're tying off. So, you know, that's a really great time saver. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope I've made sense. If I haven't, then please do ask a question in the comments. If not, have a look in the description and you will see where you can go to find these patterns and all this cool stuff. Have a look on Facebook, Unconventional Cross Stitch. We are on Facebook and we have a kick-ass group and we all help each other out and we all talk about this sort of stuff. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy stitching and we'll catch up later.